Okay, so everything's good there. So now let's take a look at the sequences we've got. The sequences, we get two things. One, the name of the sequence, and number two, we get how many frames are in it.
Right.
And down here, of course, we can play the sequence. Well, this flip start's only 1 frame, so if I come down here and I hit play, well, it's only 1 frame, so nothing exciting is going to happen. So if I come to one of these other ones that have, well, like 823 frames, we should see something happen. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit more room to work with now. Okay, so something like that. And let's talk about flip. Okay, flip was going to be the first animation I was going to use. But we've got her in a very tight area right now. So flip's just not going to work well. But, you know, this is something that I put together in Motion Builder VTM number 1, which was a sequence of animation clips that were all blended together. And, you know, I thought it was quite interesting on her. So here's what flip is. So I hit play. So she's like standing there. She looks around. She's making nobody's looking, right? No bots. It's all cool. Yeah, it's good. All right, and then she's going to, like, take a breath. There was her breath. Then she starts running. And look at all, she's doing all these flips. And, whoa, hang on. Where are we at? Up, got a little bit too far away. Actually, that might be very helpful as well. Let's check something here. Look at that. Awesome. I can show you this right here in the viewport. Where'd she go? If I look back over here where her pivot point is, where the actual actor is going to be, and that's going to stay there. So she's running away from that point. So watch this. So that stays right there. And when she gets outside this, I'm no longer looking at that pivot point right there. I just got off the origin, and she vanished. That's because there's like this bounding box around her for calculating when an actor needs to be drawn or not drawn. Okay, it's an optimization thing. Because obviously in the game, her pivot point, the whole object would physically be moving.
Right.
With the animation right now, she's not physically moving. We're just kind of, in a sense, seeing a ghost of the animation. The object itself is staying put.
Right.
So what's happening is she's running outside these bounds. I'm no longer looking at her, and she disappears. So one of the things that we can do is we can come over here to Mesh, and we have a max vis bound. And in this case right here, we're just setting up to do a very simple movie. Okay,
right.
We're not worried about 32 players running around all shooting rockets at one another, where at that point drawing becomes really important. So one of the things we can do is just come over here to max vis bound, and let's take this up to something like, let's try 200 by 200 by, all right, let's go with something bigger, 500. Oh, there we go. That does it. I'll just go with 500 by 500 by 500. But look at that. Now we no longer need to worry about where we're looking at. Okay, well, I can still get a little bit too far away. So you'll just need to adjust your numbers appropriately. And the nice thing to note is once she is, watch this. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. That's right. You stay. So the nice thing is, once we've actually placed her in the level, you can still come back in here and make tweaks right here, just so you can find the necessary number to keep her visible based off of your camera angles. And by making the adjustments right here, everything's going to be fine inside. You're not going to have to go and do anything on separate properties with the actor you've placed inside the level.
Right.
Okay? So that's very convenient. So now we can look at this one last time. So let's go ahead and rewind this all the way back. Hit play. She's doing her thing. She's making sure no bots are looking because it's all good, and she doesn't want to be embarrassed. She takes her deep breath. There's the breath. And then off she begins running, running, running. And this is why she doesn't want no bots watching, right? She's like doing all these flips. Now, for no reason at all, she panics. La, la.
I'm on fire.
And then, oh, hey, it's all good. Nobody's looking. Whew. Okay, but we didn't have the room to do this. And when I say we didn't have the room, what I'm getting at is the following. Back over here, let's take a look at where we're going to be putting this action. So let me get my bearings here. So this last camera sweep had us moving over here, down through these doors, into
the corridor.
here. So we're going to have the action take place in this little room right here. Okay? Well, we don't have the room for her to go all running around doing the flips and everything. So that's what's going on. So let's go ahead and come over here, maximize this, and let's take a look at what we will be using. So then it's going to be kick. So kick is very cool. Go ahead and hit play on this, and check this out. She's like, check me out. I'm doing these kicks. Give me some sound effects. Come on, Joel.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I can't do sound effects.
That was weak.
I know.
Okay, that was weak, too.
That was pretty bad.
So
that was worse than mine, man.
No, there's a little punch to it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll show you punch. Come here. All right, so anyways, what we want to do is we want this animation to fire inside the game. We need her in the game and all that good stuff. So at this point, we've got our custom material imported in, and that's all we were looking at doing. In the next lesson, we're going to see how we can set it all up and make it triggerable, and then finally tie it all into Matinee. So that is going to, oh, by the way, let me throw one more thing out at you. And these one-frame animations, they will become important. I'll show you what these are all about when we get into the next lesson. So that's going to wrap up this lesson here. So thanks, everyone.